So, hi viewers, we are here to continue and give you the last episode in this series of landlord and tenant. In the first episode, we told you about tenancy agreement, all you need to know on tenancy agreement. In the second episode, we told you about the grounds that can be used to recover possession. If you missed any of these videos, don't worry, you can go down to our channel. The videos are there, you will watch for your learning. Today we will be taking the last episode in this series. We will still, however, be able to respond to your questions and comments on anything pertaining to landlord and tenant that we discuss in this series. Today we will be talking about the notice to quit. Yes, you heard me well, notice to quit, that has generated so much talk. In fact, as lawyers, sometimes we find it very funny when we hear people discussing about quit notice. How many months notice do you need? How many weeks notice do you need? Has it been your concern? Calm down, today you'll understand what it is. I remain Ishaku Joseph Shirmei, your favorite lawyer, bringing you interesting topics to ensure that you learn something about the law, to break down law terms to your understanding. So in today's topic, we talk about notice to quit. Note that we have different state laws that regulate recovery of premises. Our focus will be on Abuja and Lagos, and most of these states have the same procedure or very similar as far as issue of recovery of premises is concerned. Now, in the first episode, we told you about tenancy agreement. In your tenancy agreement, you can decide to agree on the type of notice and the number of days or months that your landlord will give you when he wants to recover possession, or the period of time you can give to notify your landlord that at the expiration of my tenancy agreement, I will not be renewing it. Now, in the absence of any form of agreement, your tenancy will be subjected to the provision of the law, and that is what we will be discussing today. Now, what is the provision of the law with regards to notices to quit, where there is no agreement between the landlord and the tenant as to the type of number of days or months or weeks of notices to be issued? In this, we will discuss about 4 categories of tenancy. Number 1 is tenancy at will, where somebody just gives you the property, just stay in this place for a number of time, or just be in my property for now. I have a property that I'm not using for now, you can stay there. There is no arrangement as to how long you will be there. There is no payment, you are just there. You are a tenant at will. The law says 7 days notice is enough for you. So you that is watching me now, if that is the kind of arrangement you have, the notice you need is 7 days. Don't go and talk about any other number of notices. Now, number 2, if you are a monthly tenant, you pay your tenancy monthly. The provision of the law is that the period of notice you need is 1 month's notice. You'll be given a notice of 1 month, and at the expiration of the next, I will recover my possession from you. Now, the next one is if you are a quarterly tenant. If your tenancy is such that you pay your rent quarterly, the notice you need is 3 months. You will be given 3 months notice to quit. Another one, which is majorly what is affecting all of us, is the yearly tenant. If you pay your tenancy on a yearly basis, 1st January to 31st December, how many months notice do you need? You need 6 months notice. Good. Now, the technicality of this notice that we need to understand is, most people think the 6 months notice will be, okay, if your tenancy is from January to December 31st, then your landlord will give you notice of 6 months from the following January to June to stay. No, that is not the position of the law. When the position of the law is that the 6 months notice that you will be issued will run in the term of your tenancy. So if you are a landlord and you want to give your tenant the 6 months notice, if the tenant is such that pays his rent from 1st January to 31st December, your tenancy, that 6 months notice you will issue to him, will start running from 1st July to 31st December. So that 6 months is during dependency of your tenancy agreement. The safest thing for you to do as a landlord, if you have a lawyer, he will tell you, If you fail to provide this 6 months notice within dependency, let's assume you just jumped up in September and remember you want to recover your possession from the tenant, and then there is no time again for you to provide the 6 months notice. The safest thing for you to do is to wait for the expiration of the tenancy. Let the tenancy expire by evolution of time, because if you want to start issuing notices now, you have problem with that notice. Your lawyer will explain that better to you, and you as the tenant know that you don't owe your landlord any 6 months notice after the expiration of your tenancy. In fact, the relationship between you and your landlord expired on the day your tenancy expires. So your landlord does not owe you any obligation to give you 3 months or 4 months or 5 months notice as of right for you to look for another accommodation to move out to. Now, let me conclude from the area of litigation on recovery of premises. A lot of you try to deploy some tactics after the expiration of your tenancy to ensure that you are in the premises. Sometimes say, what is there? The highest he will take me to court. There will be adjournment here and there. Fine, there will be adjournment. But remember that each day you add in the property after the expiration of the property, you will be asked to pay. There is what there is what we call in recovery of premises mean profit. From the day your tenancy expired and you did not leave that premises, when you are taken to court for recovery of the premises, the landlord will pray the court to direct you to pay all the monies by pro rata. Let's assume you are paying 120,000 naira for a yearly tenancy. If they take you to court to recover that premises in January, assuming it expires in December, and they take you to court in January, there will usually be a prayer to the court that the tenant pays 120,000 naira, and then his rent per month is 10,000. So they will ask the court that you start paying 10,000 naira from that January till the day vacant possession of that property will be given to the owner of the property. So there is no hard and fast rule. If you stay 4 or 5 months in the property before you vacate, you will still pay for that. So do yourself good and know all this. It will help you a lot. We hope we've been able to teach you something in this series, and if so, drop your comments and share this video for others to see. Thank you very much, and keep following us for interesting videos. I'm sure you will be happy you do.